Good morning, Bill.
What's up, Bill? How are you, man?
Da! Check.
It happens to the best of us. Should we give
Tough,
a shout
man.
out to this amazing piece of software tech that we've been using and struggling with for so long?
Well, half of it's
uh,
human error. I know that much. 50% of it has been human error, but you know
yeah.
what? It's what it is. Switcher Studio is awesome when it works. I'll tell you that.
Okay. Okay.
But today, like our intro video didn't work. It just sits there, doesn't do anything. Uh, and there was one other feature I was hoping for that I just don't. Oh, well, obviously, it'd be nice if I didn't also have to have my laptop up to look at comments. That's actually what I
No
miss most about
worries.
Restream. All in one
Yeah.
spot there.
Yeah. I missed that as well.
So, anyway, how are you this morning?
It's chilly outside, man. I love it. I haven't worn pants in God knows how long, So I got up this morning, didn't get the best sleep. We're Alice is asked to watch Stranger Things, so we're kind of trying to make our way through that, and it's getting pretty deep and pretty heavy. And while the cuddles that I get because she's terrified are awesome, it also leads to some not smooth sleep. So she's been coming and getting in bed, and then Melissa can't sleep, and then I hear all this, but I'm not really aware of it. And then all of a sudden, I am aware of it, and I'll get up and I'll go sleep in her bed. So um, that could improve. There's room to improve on that process. But got up and checked my phone and saw it was like 55 degrees outside, and I was, ooh, like I don't know if everybody knows this or not. But like we live in Texas, and it is hot here the majority of the time. It was like 90 degrees like Monday, maybe, or
Yeah,
something like this. I mean,
yeah.
it was pretty crazy. So for it to take a dip like this is pretty significant. So pants and wore a hoodie on my walk this morning, and it was awesome. Hoodies are where it's at, man.
Man, hoodies are the best for Texas folk. It's because we
Yeah,
don't do a lot of big jacket weather here, so hoodies are kind of our weather wear. Uh,
which sucks because I love collecting jackets. I mean, I know that's weird because I collect hats and shoes, but I do like collecting jackets.
yeah, the things
What are
we
you gonna
collect, bro. It's. I bought a pair of shoes yesterday. I bought a pair of
do?
Jordans.
Tell me about them. Which ones did you get?
I bought the Jordan 1s. However,
Okay.
I bought the low top gray and black and white version low top Jordan 1s. They are
Okay.
sick. Sick.
Uh, like, do you have them? Can we see them?
I don't have them yet. I bought
No.
them yesterday. I think they'll be here Saturday. But I
Oh,
guarantee you on Monday, I'll bring
yes.
them right here and we will just like fawn over them together.
Yeah. We can have a Jordan off on the show if you want to.
Well,
Uh,
I would be in the
I
competition
mean,
for one day. So, I mean,
I
we're going
I
to do that.
I perked up real hard when you said you got a pair of Jordans. I don't know if you
I
noticed that or
I
not.
did. I did. I did. I even had a real hard time picking which pair. Hey, Gabriel, good to see you, man. Um, yeah,
I
because
need
I
to
was
go take
between
out.
the
Yeah, I need to go take a look.
because when I was a kid, the ones were past 'cause they were gone. Like that had already
Hmm.
happened. Really, kind of where I think the lore hit me was kind of either the threes or the fours, kind of in that
Yeah,
area right there. Obviously, the fives were like, with the
yeah.
netting on the side and the Bel Air version for Fresh Prince and all that cool stuff.
Hmm.
But um, yeah, so I started geeking a little bit on that yesterday. But uh, I,
Welcome.
yeah, well, trust me, I'm just back. This is not new territory.
Okay.
I'm a shoe
Yeah, the
freak.
the fours were the first ones I wanted. My parents were like, "You're stupid. We're not paying that much for shoes."
Insane.
And then the sixes came out, right? And they had that really tall silhouette with those cool like angles on the top around the ankle cuff. Man, I had some lust in my heart for those shoes, that's for sure. And my parents were still like, no way. So I don't know if we talked about it on here, but my goal to myself when I hit a 20K month is a pair of these Jordan sixes that are the same color of like the Gatorade buckets, that big dark green.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because they did this really cool '80s commercial like "Be Like Mike," and it was a partnership with Gatorade. And I've got the shirt that's got the mic on there. And the shoes that came out then were white with this like the Gatorade orange and everything else. And they
Uh
did a
huh.
re-release of them a couple of years ago.
Those are great.
And Yeah, with the Gatorade green, and I like some. She's like, "Oh God, you don't, no, don't."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "I'm gonna wear these so hard, it's gonna be
Oh
amazing."
yeah. I'm gonna start dating her harder. Levi obviously is not a shoe guy because he's saying you're both geeking out on shoes you haven't even tried on. Exclamations, question marks. See, here's the thing: if you're a shoe guy, you know,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
there's really at least two camps of shoes. At least there's shoes you
For
wear
sure.
because you need them to support your feet, and then there's shoes you wear because they make you look like $1 billion.
Yeah, that's it right there, man.
So it's the second camp we're talking about.
Yeah, because like, here's the deal. There, if I'm going for a shoe because I'm just going to go out and it's going to be crazy and I don't know how long I'm going to be gone, lots of walking, I'm not wearing one of those shoes, right?
No,
Like, and
no.
this is how ridiculous this is. I used to go pick up Alice from school and it was parent walk up, and the only way to get to the kids was over this like hugely dusty, muddy patch that collected water and everything else like this. So I would wear my Jordans and then I would go home. I would change out of my Jordans into my like skimmy shoes to go pick up my daughter,
Yep.
right? If I think it's gonna rain, I won't wear certain pairs of shoes, and stuff like this.
Nope.
And you know what?
We're like
If you
women
don't
now.
get it, if you don't get it, you don't get it, and
Mm.
it's not my problem.
This is not state fair. This is not state fair excuse. No. You guys are collectible guys, sold on storytelling rather than function. He clearly missed the first part of the statement. I have some
Who?
fantastic
Jordan?
functional Levi. I
Levi?
have some fantastic functional shoes that I won't wear. Like I have three pairs of shoes. Only three pairs of shoes I'm wearing if I'm going anywhere that requires distance
Yeah.
or athletic ability, or those are function. I just can see both sides. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely. Right there's a whole other level of like want, right?
It is.
What we
And
should
it is.
because
It is more
because
collectible
Levi,
too. He's right about that.
yeah, and Levi and I have talked a lot about shoes because he's a shoe guy as well, sold shoes with REI and everything else like this. So
Oh, dude.
so
Then what are you doing?
yeah,
Come on. Just
he's got four
He's a
pairs of
function.
Chacos. He's got four pairs of Chacos, and he's over here trolling on us about like shoes
Mhm.
that actually cover your entire foot. How you like
Levi,
that, Levi?
Levi, when you get your podcast, let me know so I can come prod you.
Oh man. Okay, so best
right.
news ever.
Yes.
Real estate deal. We got a partner in on it yesterday, and this dude is so legit, right? Marketer guy, video guy, loves all of this stuff. Video SEO guy, like out the wazoo. And he kept having all these ideas for realtors, and they were like, "Yeah, I don't know." So he's like, "You know what? Screw it." And went and got his license just to prove them all wrong. And now,
That's why you like him.
well, here's the deal. I love whenever people are like, "You know what? I think this could be better. And if you're not willing to trust me, I'm just going to go do it myself," right? Because it'd be super easy to just be over there and be like, "Why doesn't anybody hire me? What is going on?" And all these things. But this dude took massive action, right? Did $6 million his first year of having his license on autopilot.
Jeez.
Like still doing marketing, still doing video shoots for like other agents and stuff like this. $6 million without having to put any work into it through video SEO and like creative ideas. So for the real estate like mastermind thing that we're building,
see, for those that don't know, that's actually how I started in real estate myself on the investment side. Is I did video tours on flip phone cameras and SEO for websites back in the early 2000s, and I had to do nothing. People knocked on my door to sell me their houses. So it's if you find a niche, it can absolutely lay down for you.
Yeah, and man, he has people from like Oregon and stuff like this who find him because of his video SEO, right, stuff, and then they're working with him, buying houses from him that are investment properties sight unseen because of like the trust in the rapport and his videos and everything else like that. So he's coming on as like a partner of this thing, and so like at a bare minimum, 3 days a week we're gonna have like mastermind sessions, right? Me talking about sales stuff because if you're an agent, you're a salesperson. You got to network. You got to get people to take action. You got to keep things moving forward. And I know that nobody really wants to be labeled as a salesperson. But if you're in real estate, you are, right? And since most people don't ever renew their license after the first year, we want to help those people. So,
well, I mean, Do we know any realtors that are realtors more than 6 or 8 months that don't think they're salespeople? Because I mean, like to me, that really is a sales job.
Man, it's like, I know people in biz dev roles who were like, John, what should I call myself? Because I don't want to call myself a salesperson. It's like,
Okay, that's different. I get that. I get
but
that. Okay.
like everybody runs so hard from this label of being a salesperson, right? And all you really have to do is just make sure that your intentions are like rock solid straight, that you're trying to do right by the people around you, and then everybody else can go off, So uh, this is funny because I got a padlock, and then I've been chatting with Manesh. He was here on the show a couple of weeks ago. Super awesome dude. I've been really geeking out on this thing, and he opened a Discord because he was like, "Hey, would you guys like to chat more?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'm down for this, networking and everything else." So he opens a Discord. I hop in there, and he doesn't recognize me as the guy that he's chatted with and everything else because we met by him wanting to have a conversation with me about getting a salesperson for Padlock to go like the influencer route and do all of this, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So we hop in there, and I was like, "Man, this is awesome." And he was like, "Absolutely." And I was like, "Hey, we have some things to kind of catch up on because we talked about the throwdown and you coming on the throwdown and this thing for a salesperson and everything else." And he was just kind of like, "Oh." And then this one guy, I don't know him, he doesn't know me. He goes, "Dang, what a sales guy." Hops in here into your Discord for clients and is just trying to like close some business. And man, I got heated. I got really pissed off, right? For no really great reason, right? But I was just like,
a sales guy.
No, actually, I don't have a problem with the salesperson label. The thing that pissed me off was the assumption that I was just there to try to close a deal.
Got it.
That there's no possible way that I could actually like have one of these things and see value in it and everything else like this, that I was just there to get my needs met, right? And kind of noodled on it and kind of just like, it's stoked. And then I was just like, man, screw this guy. So last night in my journaling, I was like, okay, why am I so pissed? And had to go through a whole process about kind of working through it. But the place that I ended up with is that tenacity, that willing to go hop into that Discord channel and like, hey man, we talked about this. Are we still talking about it or not? Is the hallmark of what gets you paid and what makes you successful. So where I ended with it was this follow up and tenacity, this ability to kind of like take it and okay, so I still need a no. I haven't gotten a no yet. I've gotten the absence of a yes, but I've not gotten a clear no. So you might still want to talk about this, and I need to. And I make the same agreement with everybody. I don't want to be a pest, and sometimes I got to toe that line as a salesperson. If I start being a pest, would you let me know, and I'll just get out of your inbox and out of your hair? And everyone's like, "Oh man, you're not a pest at all." Wait, ghost me, bro. Ghost me. And so, but like I was just mad about it, and but here's the deal: that set of skills and that amount of kind of like not giving a shit. I mean, I'll pay for it later, like mentally kind of working through it. But that's what gets me paid. That's what, does everything. So ended up kind of okay with it, but it had a moment of like striking me square in the face and me getting kind of, upset about it. So it does happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Yesterday was school day, man. And man, Jake sent a text at 11:30, guys, and I'm going to tell you, I yelled at him. I said, "Hey, you're not supposed to be on your phone, mister." And he said, "Lunch break." So
he lit me up, and I was like, wait. Let me explain this.
Hey, man, accountability. You're talking about you want to be more present in this thing, and then you're in here chatting with me? Man, I'm going to help.
Yeah, it's true. But it was lunch break. So I hopped in and checked my emails and checked Discord and then hopped back out. So
Yeah,
it was good. I actually had a good day on that. I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I found some other ways to actually be involved, specifically in some certain tasks and different things, and that helped a whole lot, which is interesting because I think it was on yesterday's episode I talked about a TED Talk about how to listen better and how to become a better conversationalist. And so I'd put that link in yesterday's episode if y'all missed that. It's a really cool TED Talk. It's only about 10 minutes. But I rewatched it again, and one of the main things, obviously, was be present. And that's what I was trying to do yesterday at school was be present. And for me, specifically, because I'm ADD, ADHD, whatever label of deficiency I have in attention, I got to be doing something. And so if my mind is not captured with something, I'm gonna go to whatever my default is, which is one of two or three things all the time.
Yeah.
So that was definitely the fix. I ended up in my son's class a couple times yesterday, which I normally don't do, which ended up being a whole lot of fun. I got to be in some discussion around some science stuff about protons and neutrons and atomic mass and stuff that I never thought I'd be talking about yesterday, but it was cool because it kind of stretched my brain away. I normally don't do it. And then when I got to the end of the day, that's where the challenging part is when it's kind of like all the students are worn out, the teacher's worn out. The subject they do at the end of the day is breaking down sentences, which I'm like, oh gosh, this is so boring for me. I can't even imagine my
Where's
daughter
the
looking at
verb?
like this, like literally doing that. And I'm like, I feel you. Let's sit down and figure this out. So it ended up good. And then I did an hour's worth of work when I got home because I had a couple things I wanted to nail. So the rest of my week wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
So it's not. It'll be pretty good today.
Let's see here. What do you got today?
So today, I am okay. Over in my accountability group, we talked about the 12-week year, and I took people through just a real brief version of that. And so it opened up two things for me. I want to build out my own 12-week little mini course with kind of a combination of 2 or 3 books I've read, and I've actually already outlined it on the board over there. So I'm gonna finish that outline today, at least so I have that, and then I'm gonna do what I told you to do when writing books. I'm going to speak it. So I'm gonna do I've got the outline framed out, and I'm actually gonna go do a text to speech to text, and just speak out the outline for each of the sections and see how it comes out, and then maybe get an editor to look at it and see if I can't just put together a quick little mini course in about 4 to 6 hours total.
Random question here. Should we turn the 12-week year and the BIL bet system into a course and then allow people to do both of those things together, right?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that off air. Because
Sorry to ruin your...
I didn't want to drag you into it. Because you're a really not busy guy. You don't have many projects going on. You're not doing much. So.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
I have tons of free time between like 7:45 and like
8:50 a.m. This is going to turn into a work session. Like the next 6 weeks, it's going to be like, hey guys, okay, so you were saying we should do this, right?
The most boring dialogue on the planet. Not that it's like maybe all that entertaining right now when we're not doing work stuff, but
yeah. Good thing we're doing it for us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, you don't want to watch? Fine, I don't want you to watch.
But please come back and watch.
Yeah, exactly. Bring a friend.
So yeah, I'm doing that 12-week little outline today, so I will definitely bring you into that. And then cool. I've got some blocking and tackling. I've got 2 client meetings that are follow up their work I've already done for them, and so we're
nice. Okay.
Finishing things up. So yeah, that's most of my day. What about you?
So at the beginning of the week, I was a little, not like nervous, but a little anxious about my week looking a little bit light as far as meetings. And that is no longer the case. It wasn't like panic. It was just like, okay, like I need to make sure that I'm getting more meetings on the calendar. And so today I have sales lab role plays in about an hour. Levi and I are making up for a session we missed last week because, kids and stuff, life gets in the way. I have a chat with Jeremy at noon. I have a client call with Kathleen to talk about some journaling stuff. I have a support call for a CRM thing that we're building out at 2:15, and then I have a prospect call at 4. So yeah,
full day.
Full day. Yeah, I need to look back at my build that for this week because I shifted a little bit for the family thing to make sure that I was just going to be like more or less off on Monday. So I checked that box. Man, that's kind of gotten away from me this week. I've been so focused on everything else. I need to let's see.
Yeah, that's actually why I wanted us to come up with that spreadsheet or
Yep.
or something, because I think it'd be nice for us every day to bring it up,
No, I
look at
agree.
it, and go, where are we?
Yeah.
I was thinking about just throwing something together in Canva for us until we could do something more
Okay.
fancy. Yeah, so you've got your book, workbook outline, I guess it looks like.
Yes.
How you doing
I'm
on
gonna
that?
do that today.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that today.
And only eat in your 8 hour window. How you doing on that?
I've been crushing that actually.
Very good.
Yesterday I fasted all day and only ate at dinner. So
Okay.
had way more than 18 hours of fasted time, which was nice.
Cool.
Uh,
Right on. I've been intermittent fasting too this week. I've been going at least 16.
okay, cool,
I
man.
think
That's
I think
awesome.
it when I'm in it, I think I eat healthier just in general. There's probably some biology to it or whatever, but I tend to do less of the stuff I was talking about last week.
I mean, it's the same thing that we're constantly talking about, right? You know, you forget how shallow your pipeline is when you're not looking at it every day. You forget that you've got invoices out when you're not looking at it every day. You know, these emails that need to go out to prospects. You know, like you have to look at this stuff every day, and the stuff that stays in front of you is the stuff that gets done. You know, if you're really into fitness, you should be weighing yourself every day because like how else are you gonna like look for trends and what's going on? You know, if you're gaining 3 pounds over the weekend, okay, what's going on the weekend that's leading you to that thing?
Mm.
But nobody improves in a measurable way until they have a baseline, and if you don't have a baseline, you're essentially just like wishing that it would improve, which doesn't really help anybody.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Oh, the end on time was the last one that you had.
Yes,
How's that going?
that is a work in progress,
Okay.
honestly.
Okay.
I think I'm getting better. I need to build so I'm going to build a thing to my Pavlok so it will like vibrate a couple minutes before and then start shocking me at the time that the meeting is supposed to be ending. So that way it's a reminder. I will say that we had a friend over Monday because like we hadn't caught up in a while. He was a Kung Fu buddy, and it was about 8:30, and I said, "Man, I love you. I'm so glad we got to see you, but I have a routine and a process, and you got to go." And he was
Okay.
like, "Oh, dang, okay, cool," and was totally fine about it. But he left, and Melissa was like, "I love you so much," and I was like, "Why?" And she's like, "I never, ever, 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 ever could have done that." And I was like, "What? Just ask somebody to leave?" And
Yeah.
and she's like, "Well, yeah, because." Normally we'll let people hang out as long as they want until like it's like 3 or in the. I'm like, I don't have time for that anymore. Like,
Yeah.
I gotta work, I gotta sleep, I gotta do all these things. So
Yeah. Yeah. And she seems
your
like that too.
priorities.
So her
Oh,
personality is
yeah.
the last
S
personality that would do that, right?
C. Yes, SC for sure. So tomorrow we have a guest that I am jacked about. I'm super excited.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's a good way
Yeah,
to end. So
yeah,
yeah,
it's gonna be good.
should
A
we make
little
it a
teaser.
surprise or yeah?
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll leave it
Let's
as
do
a
a little
surprise.
tease. This
A little tease.
this guy's he's a personal branding expert. I mean, I don't really throw around expert that often. I don't really. That's not something that I put out there. But this guy lives it, and he's got clients I've seen his work for. That's just so fantastic. And he's like super weird, which is so cool.
Yeah, he is.
And
He's
yeah.
he's an odd human, which like I obviously love because I consider myself very odd.
Mhm.
And yeah, he's gonna come on tomorrow. It's gonna be outstanding. I can't wait.
Yeah.
And the other big thing, I turn 40 tomorrow. Tomorrow's my
I
birthday.
saw that and I was like, I wonder if he planned that. Like, let's get this guy on the show on my birthday so that it starts off as a great day.
Man, I think I'm capable of planning some pretty cool things, but nope, can't take credit for that one. That just kind of happened.
The universe just likes you this year. It's like,
Apparently
yes,
so.
40, boom, here you go.
Yeah,
Here's the man.
they're like you're over the hill, so let's just like try to make it that coast somewhat.
How many dad puns do I get to make tomorrow because your last name's Hill and you're over the hill? Because there's a paradox going on there that I can't even start to
There's
explain.
there is a universe that's like ending that we just haven't ever looked at
Hmm.
because Hill is over the hill. The guy who put ill in Hill is going over the hill tomorrow.
Well,
Yes,
he's
that
turning
that used to be a thing I would tell
from a
people.
hill to a small mountain tomorrow. So you're gonna have to
My
change your last
final
name.
form.
That's
My
right.
my my final form.
That's right. That's
Super Saiyan.
right.
Oh man, yeah. Tomorrow's gonna be awesome.
Yes, it
But yeah,
is.
man, that's kind of all I got for today, and I've got a lot to do today.
All
So
right. Well, we're gonna work a little bit on getting a little bit better, and we think you should do the same thing. So
yes,
we'll
1%,
we'll see
one to
y'all
four.
tomorrow with our special guest and then our birthday boy in the
That's
morning.
right. That's right. Bring cake.
Yes, that's right. I'll have cake. Don't you worry. All
All right, Bill. See you in the morning.
right. See you in the morning. Well, maybe.